live on YouTube. Yeah. How's everybody doing today? How are you all doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. How are you all doing? We're going to be backing out here. I'll let you know what's going on here in just a second. Hope you're all having a great day. Hope you're all having a great day. Yeah. There we go. Welcome to Driving with Purpose Live. This is a members only live chat. I'll remind folks about that again shortly as more people join. A members only live chat means the stream is publicly viewable by anyone, but only channel members can chat with at least a $2.99 channel membership, or if you're a moderator, you can chat for free. So I'm out and about running another major errand here. It's the errand of the month. I'm going to get Dawn's special medication that's only available at South Bay area pharmacies. None of the pharmacies in the area here on the peninsula where I live, in Redwood City, California is part of the peninsula, also known as the West Bay, but they don't call it the West Bay, they call it the peninsula. In the last couple months, I've been going to Milpitas, to get the medication. But this month it was available in Los Gatos. Los Gatos is a town near San Jose. It's basically on the way to Santa Cruz, California. You start going up into the hills, and you're starting to head towards the coast. Now, Los Gatos is not terribly close to Santa Cruz, but it's much closer than where I'm at. It's on the way to Santa Cruz, off one of the same highways, Highway 17, but we're not going to even be going on Highway 17. Highway 17 is a crazy highway out here in the Bay Area. But anyway, I'm going to wait for a few more people to pop on in. Yeah, we're taking a little bit of a different route today. We're going a different freeway. We're going to Highway or Interstate 280 instead of US Highway 101. We lost. Well, here we go. We're back. Yeah, this is a horrible reception area. My apologies, folks. My apologies. It's gonna clear up. It's gonna clear up. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I'm gonna wait to see how stable the connection is. Driving a little bit more. I remember doing some DoorDash deliveries in this area. The reception would go out, and it was really hard to close out the sale. So I had to drive down a couple blocks to complete the transaction. Anyway, yeah, hope you're having a good one. We're going to get into it here in just a few. Welcome one, welcome all. I hope you're having an amazing day. Yeah, lots of interesting things happening around the YouTube streets. And, I bet some people want me to talk about those things, and I really don't care to talk about them. I don't. I was watching ODN stream earlier. Old Dirty Ninja is a good friend of mine, and he was talking about some YouTube stuff, and our good buddy Raleigh who runs the Bayou Repair Guy channel, was in there. Some very good points. And there's really not much more for me to say. I don't care to talk about whatever I want to talk about, but just certain things that I've been dealing with out here on this platform for years really just don't matter anymore. And that goes hand in hand with this topic here, where you got to get your I can't even talk. You got to get your priorities straight. You've got to get your priorities straight, folks. And part of me getting my priorities straight involves me, not getting sucked into stupid ass YouTube drama. It's really, really easy to get sucked into it. We got a new member here. I don't know who that member is, but welcome. I can't see it because I'm on the road. Oh, it's Bayou Repair Guy. Bayou Repair Guy, thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate it. How you doing? Yeah, moving forward, it's really important. I'm not going to be able to see chat really that often on the way down. I'll do the best I can while staying safe. But yeah, Raleigh, thank you for becoming a channel member once again. Much love, much appreciation on that. I'm on my way to get Don's medication at a South Bay pharmacy. It's a special medication that should be carried by all pharmacies, but none of them carry it in anywhere near where Don and I live, so we got to travel 30 minutes to get it, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it for Dawn as she continues to recover from a lot of health issues she's been dealing with. She's doing well today, by the way, folks. So we're about to head on to Highway 280 South. Raleigh, is the audio okay? Can you hear me clearly? Let me scratch the mic. Do you hear me scratching the mic there? There should be really no reception issues here on Highway 280, Interstate 280 South. You get to see some of the beautiful landscape out here on Highway 280. It's just a beautiful drive. It's a very wide freeway, 4 lanes, very wide. Like literally, I wouldn't tell anyone to do this, but literally you can go 100, 120 miles an hour out here very, very safely, but it's never really safe to go that fast. But just look at how wide this freaking highway is. Most freeways nowadays, the lanes are smaller to fit more lanes in, so you're kind of hugging, the cars on the left and the right. But this is a very very wide freeway, and there are a lot of straightaways. There are some curves, but even the curves, the lanes are so wide, it's just it's a very safe freeway to drive. And it's also an alternate route to get to San Jose. Like when there's traffic on the main freeway, Highway 101, this is like the alternate. But even at times it gets really crowded out here on Highway 280. Let me see here. Let me put on my defroster here to keep the iPhone from overheating, because I believe the iPhone's already dimmed. I'll have to go back and check out the chat later because I'm having a hard time seeing it. Raleigh. So yeah, let's talk about getting your priorities straight, okay? A lot of people struggle with this. I used to completely struggle with it, and to a certain extent, I still struggle a little bit with it every now and then. I think every human being, no matter how good they've become at getting their priorities straight, is going to struggle prioritizing certain things at times. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, as long as you're making a good faith effort to get your priorities straight and get the things done that are most important first. And that's what it means to prioritize. It means to, arrange your to-do list in order of importance and in order of urgency. Because a lot of times, we have bills that are due on a certain date. We need to ensure they get paid by that date. If we have a bill that's due on this current day, and that's one of 5 other tasks that we have, the first priority should be paying that bill because it's due today. If you don't pay it today, then it's going to be late. You're going to have a late fee, right? So that's part of prioritizing. Give me a second here. I'm also having a Nutri-Grain bar at the same time. I've had a very, very busy morning. Don and I were dealing with some things on our bank account. Some charges that shouldn't have been there by Amazon. Kind of a long story. I'm not going to get too far into it. And so I got on the phone with Dawn and her bank, and we took care of it. And they're going to send her a new card because they consider what happened to be fraud, and they just want to protect, her account. So, I've been gathering everything that's been auto debited from her account. That's another thing. You got to prioritize things like this. If you ever have like a debit card or credit card that you've set up to pay your bills, on auto pay, and they recur monthly, right? And let's say something happens and you got to get a new card, right? Whether something like fraud happens or you lose your card, right? Well, that card is not going to work anymore. And then when those, when those providers go to bill you, automatically the card's going to get declined, and then your service will get canceled, right? Now, a lot of people, what they'll do is, they'll just wait for the service to get shut off, whether it's like a Netflix or a Hulu or whatever it is. It could be a cell phone or whatever, right? They'll just wait for the notice that your payment was declined, right? Or for the service to be shut off. For me, I'm more proactive. So when something like this happens to myself, or now that it's happening to Dawn, I went through her bank statement and I looked at everything that's coming out on a monthly basis, and the data comes out. And the moment that her new card comes, which are going to expedite it to her in 2 to 4 business days, I'm going to go to all those, all those service providers and update the payment information, and everything will be normal, right? So that's part of, getting your priorities straight. Okay, and also you want to be proactive as much as possible. Now, sometimes things will slip through the cracks, and that happens to the best of us, right? But someone that's on top of it, is going to be more proactive and is going to understand that, hey, I had to, cancel my my debit card or credit card because there was a fraud charge. Well, I've got 10 other things auto debiting from it monthly. I need to write those down, and when I get the new card, I need to go and update the payment method immediately before I get a notice from these providers saying that, hey, the payment's been declined, right? Or before the service gets shut off, right? But most people are not like that, right? It doesn't matter how busy you are. Doesn't matter how busy you are. If you don't pay your bills for your services, they're going to get shut off. Period. End of story. There's no excuse. So you can't use the excuse of, oh, I'm busy at work. I'll get to it when I can. I'll put it off another day. And then next thing you know, not only do you put it off, you forget, right? And then sometimes you'll get like an email that'll say your card's been declined, and then you're so busy that you skim past that email. Next thing you know, you try to watch Netflix with your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, and boom, your Netflix account's been deactivated for insufficient funds or your declined payment, right? Now, interesting, I'm using my phone for this stream, so I don't have the GPS, so I wrote down directions the old school way. I kind of know where I'm going, freeway-wise, but I've never been to this CVS before. I've never been to this part of Los Gatos before. So I wrote directions down. I'm going to see how good I can actually navigate myself there while being live on the air and having written down directions instead of these smartphones now and Apple CarPlay and, Google or Android Auto having the directions, right on our screen, or having voice navigation. So I'm doing it old school today. It's a beautiful drive, huh? We are now in Los Altos Hills, a very prominent area here in San Mateo County, the peninsula. $3-4 million homes easy out here, maybe even more. Beautiful area, right here, Magdalena Avenue. I went to school around this area for grammar school, so I knew a lot of people that lived out here. And back in the days when I was in grammar school, I mean, these homes were like $500,000 or $300,000-400,000. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how the San Francisco Bay Area has just exploded in growth and exploded, cost of living wise. It's insane. But living out here, you get used to it. It's like, it is what it is. It is what it is. There are also a lot of rattlesnakes. There's a lot of open space out here in Los Altos Hills. And there are some really cool hiking trails I've been to in the past. But there's a lot of rattlesnakes out here. Anyway. Give me a second. I'm chewing on something. Los Gatos, 15 minutes. Not bad. Well, we're going to the beginning of Los Gatos. We're actually 1.5 miles away from Highway 85. And then we're getting off at Saratoga Avenue. I will check out the chat right when I pull into the CVS. I should be pulling into the CVS in less than 15 minutes. Maybe even 10 minutes or so from now. It's been a pretty smooth ride. It's 12:39 p.m. Pacific time, 3:39 p.m. Eastern time. This is the freeway that Steve Jobs used to drive to Apple corporate headquarters in Cupertino, California. We're not going to go as far south as Cupertino. Cupertino is probably another 10 minutes south from here. But Steve Jobs lived one city south of me in Woodside, another very expensive, prominent area. And he would drive his Porsche 120 miles an hour down Highway 280 and got pulled over many times. I heard all the stories. But it's so interesting that I live in this area that pretty much, I'm not trying to say we're all that, but this area here where I live has pretty much developed the future of the entire world, technology-wise. Steve Jobs revolutionized the world with the iPhone, and then Google made their version, with Android, right? But Steve Jobs is the one that created that technology that allows me now to broadcast live on mobile in high quality. It's ridiculous, right? This is Saratoga? No, Saratoga Avenue, I believe, is the next one. We're going to be driving through a residential area and some city streets for a little bit once we get off. So, exit Saratoga, turn right into left lane, turn left on Dagmar Drive, which should be the first street on the left. And I think it's Saratoga coming up here. Well, Saratoga is 3.5 miles. Okay, 3.5 miles Saratoga Avenue. I've driven these roads so many times in my life. I used to take this when I used to, go see Dawn when he was in Hollister. I would take this same way, 85, and then would merge down to Highway 101 to bypass all the traffic. And then take 101 further south because this highway ends and it turns into 101 will allow you to continue going south at that point. But, let's get back to talking about getting your priorities straight. It's important to have your priorities straight when you're single. But even more important when you're in a relationship or living with someone or married to someone. Because when you're living with someone, let's say you have a family, you have a lot more priorities and a lot more responsibility. With priorities comes responsibility, or with responsibility comes priorities. You can look at it both ways, right? And, ever since I've been with Dawn, she's become a priority, and I've become a priority for her. And she's my responsibility, and I'm her responsibility. Did I say it the right way? So, she's my responsibility, and I'm responsible for her. Right? We're responsible for each other. Right? And you got to look at it this way. When you're in a relationship, especially if you're living together, or if you're married, you are teammates. I say this to everyone out there. Your significant other in a relationship, especially if you're living together or if you're married, which obviously if you're married, you're living together, right? You're teammates. And what you do affects your partner, right? what they do affects you, what you do affects them, right? That's why it's so important to get your priorities straight, because if you don't have your priorities straight, you're taking down your partner with you. And you're basically destroying your relationship. Okay, we're off at Saratoga Avenue now. There is a light here. We're supposed to go in the middle lane and turn right. Well, what I'm going to do is come over here so I can make a right turn on red. And then I can actually... I can get over. Beautiful area. I've never been over here. Turn left on Dagmar. Okay, this is Dagmar. Okay. So let's see. Turn left on Dagmar, and then turn right on Ronnie Way. This is a very, 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 very classy area. Like, this is a nice Los Gatos. This whole area is absolutely freaking gorgeous. I don't know how reception's going to be. I hope it's good. We're going to be driving through some streets like this for a while, and on the way back to get to the freeway. Okay, turn right onto Ronnie Way. So this is Ronnie Way. Neighborhood watch. Look at these homes. Jesus. Look at these homes. Look at this beautiful road, man. This is nice. Absolutely gorgeous. Like, I'm actually glad I came to the Los Gatos store. Left on Portis Drive, or Portis. This is Portis Court. This is probably not. It's supposed to be Portis Drive. This is Portis Court. I think I'm going the right way. If not, I'm going to have to turn around. Yeah, I think I am going the right way. I was looking at this on a map. But it's an absolutely gorgeous area, man. Look at these green trees. Like, this is beautiful. Got someone walking over here. No outlet. Well, I think I may be turning around. I think I was supposed to turn back there. I was. No outlet. So it was. I wrote it down wrong. I wrote Ronnie Drive instead of Ronnie Court. So let's go back, and we're gonna make a right onto Ronnie Court. I have to go. Have a good day. Have a good drive. Oh, thank you, Raleigh. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for becoming a channel member once again. Don and I greatly appreciate it, man. Every little bit counts. Support, monetary and non-monetary, it all counts. Appreciate you, man. You know, I really respect what you've been saying lately, Raleigh. You've been very upfront and honest, and you know, that's the way I've always, you know, lived my life. Now, that little detour allowed me to see a little more about, or of this this beautiful area. I mean, this is just absolutely gorgeous. I can't complain one bit. Portis Drive. That was Portis Drive right there. Am I flipping out or what? I'm flipping out my marbles. Oh, you know what? Here's the confusion. Let me show you. On the right side is Portis Court. On the left side is Portis Drive. I looked at that sign on the right. Jeez, how confusing. I'm not as dumb as I thought I was. All right, so now we're back. We're rolling. Turn left on Allendale or Allendale or whatever. At the end of all this will be a plaza and a CVS. And this is what they said was the fastest way to get here based on where this place is located. It's almost like a maze, you know, getting in and out of here, you know. You got people walking. People have lived here for a long time. Like, these homes are just outrageously priced. I mean, these are multi-million-dollar homes. It's a great area here to raise a family, safe. You probably don't even have to lock your doors, even though I suggest locking your doors no matter where you live. There's Allendale right there. So we need to make a left on Allendale or Allendale, however you say it. Be real careful because I cannot see. All right, there we go. Turn right on Keto Road. Sorry, folks, I've got to pay attention here because I've never been here before, so no technological navigation right now because, like I said, I'm using the phone for the live broadcast. Beautiful area. Cannot complain. Let's wait for the bus to go. They got a bunch of bumps here. More and more cities are putting in these speed bumps or speed humps, you know? Looking for Keto Road. This is probably Keto Road up here. It is Keto Road. Turn right onto Keto Road. And these streets get a little narrow in these little small. It's a small town. Los Gatos is a small town. Los Gatos is the cat town. El Gato is cat in Spanish. Turn left on Pollard, and then that's where the CVS is at. It's off of Pollard Road. It's been a hell of a beautiful drive. I can't complain. I think that's Pollard up there at the light. Yeah, that's Pollard Road. There it is. Look at how beautiful it is out here. I cannot freaking complain. Absolutely gorgeous, you know? And then it's going to be on the right. Los Gatos town limit. So we weren't actually in Los Gatos. I think we were in Saratoga. That was Saratoga. So now we're in Los Gatos. That was Saratoga. It's still very nice. They just took us through Saratoga. instead of going further south on the freeway, because you can't access this part directly from Highway 85. It's kind of weird. Here we are. I think this is the shopping center right here. There it is. I see the CVS. We're here. There's a Safeway. Oh, I found the place without GPS navigation. That's fantastic. Tesla pulling in right there. I gotta go find a spot. I think there's one right here. Yeah. All right, I found a spot right here. All right, let me check out the chat real quick. See if there's anything going on in the chat, and then I'll get the medication, and we'll be heading back the same way we came. We're going to go through that same area. All right. "100% I can hear you scratching, Mike." Okay, fantastic. And welcome to sponsor $9.99. Thank you so much for that, Raleigh. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. All right, folks. I'm going to go offline for just a little bit. I'll be back hopefully in less than 10 minutes. Hopefully there's not a big line. I'll be right back. Private. I've learned on YouTube, you keep private stuff private, right? Because I have a big mouth. Yep, fantastic. Yep, we got it. Now we got to get on out of here the same way that we came. Go backwards on the directions. All right, so now let's see. Got to turn. All right. Going to be heading back home. And this might be the only stream I do today, folks. I got a lot going on. So, and I may not be able to check out the chat till I get back home in the driveway. But anyway, let's pull out. Pull out. You know, whenever somebody says pull out nowadays, even if you're just pulling out of a parking spot, the phrase pulling out or pull out has pretty much strictly become a sexual term. Oh, man. Yeah, some guys just like to live and die by the pull and pray method. I had a friend of mine, actually multiple friends of mine, used to say, you know, they don't like condoms, so, you know, they would use the pull and pray. Pull and pray. I better go before I get hit. All right, so we have got to go. We're going to go backwards now. Turn right on Ellendale. So it's going to probably look familiar on the way back. So it shouldn't be, I'm not going to get lost. I think I remember my way back, but, and I'll get more into some actual good conversation. once I'm back on the freeway, Highway 85. I'll turn on red. So now we're going to be making yeah, this does look familiar. I got a pretty good photographic memory here. Allendale. Yeah. Then right on Portis Drive. Yep, I remember these bumps here. Now, welcome back, everybody. Just taking a nice drive to get Dawn's medication. I picked it up. There was a short line at the CVS, and a nice, young, friendly, young man, very friendly. I was telling him, yeah, this medication's not available in my area. I came here from Redwood City to get it for my girlfriend. He goes, well, she's a very lucky guy. You know, I try, man. You know, I'm a humble dude. You know, and yeah, I love my woman, and I just love helping people in general. You know, I don't wish harm upon anyone. I truly don't wish harm upon anyone at all. Let me pull over here for a second. My electrical bill was $240 last month. Huh. Well, you're lucky, man. You don't even want to know what our electric bill is with 3 people. You don't want to know. It's a lot more than that. And when it gets cold in the winter, oh, Portis Drive. Oh boy, I almost missed it. And then Ronnie Way. I think I remember the rest of the way here. Not bad. So yeah, we're actually in Saratoga now. We were in Los Gatos where the store was at, but the directions, there are different ways you can get to that location, but there's no direct way right off the freeway. You have to drive through some city streets regardless of which way you go, but this is the best way from where I live that Google recommends. Hang on a second here. Let me pull over a second. I think there's something up here. Alright, I needed to disconnect the Bluetooth from the car. You guys can hear me okay, right? Raleigh, you can still hear me, right? I'm gonna scratch the mic again. If you can hear that. Okay, so Ronnie Way. Yeah, I think next time I come here I could do it without the directions. If I have to come here again. I did prefer to go to the Milpitas store, but it wasn't guaranteed that they were going to have it in stock this month. Yeah. And Dagmar, and then we're almost back on the freeway. Yeah, that wasn't too bad actually. What made it longer getting there was when I missed a turn the first time. I got confused because one side said court, the other side said drive of the same street. All right, so now it's pretty simple. Now we make a right turn here, and we head back to Highway 85 north to 280 north back home. So is the freeway a left ramp or north left lane? Yeah. All right, now we're good. Now I can relax. All right. I heard the range anywhere from 1 to 2,000. Oh, are you talking about utility bills here in the Bay Area, or your utility bill anywhere from 1 to 2,000? A $2,000 utility bill for a home, unless you got like 10 people living there, that's one hell of a bill. That's a lot of power consumption, and a lot of gas consumption, natural gas. Light is green. All right. All good. All good. Back on 85 north to 280 north, and we're good. Yeah. So, let's continue talking about priorities. We were talking about that on the way down. When I was younger, and you keep hearing me say this, when I was younger, I always say that because when I was younger, I fucked everything up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a slob. I was disorganized. I didn't have my priorities straight, and a lot of that has to do with me not having had self-love back then and self-respect. And I'll tell you what really made the difference for me. What really made the difference for me is when I hit my late 20s, early 30s. And I just decided that, hey, you know what? I'm just going to get in the best shape possible. I'm going to start dressing better. I'm going to start working harder and smarter and just doing things that make me feel good and that also make other people feel good. Because while I do have self-love, and while we should all have self-love, part of what makes me feel good and what should make you feel good is if you're able to make other people feel good. Like, I love helping other people, uplifting them, just making them happy, doing nice things for them, cracking a joke with them, right? Whatever, right? That's what makes me feel good. It's been interesting lately. Maybe it's because I haven't been as consistent. Our usual supporters have not been around. And I want to put this out there to anyone that's been supportive of myself and Don, or Don and myself, right? Let's say Don's name first. Anyone who's been supportive of Don and I and has been chastised over it, okay, and you've hidden your channels, or you've just, gone AWOL for a little while, now's the time for you to come back. Because one of your priorities should be to not let people bully you or intimidate you in any way, shape, or form. Because if you want to support someone, let's say on YouTube, for example, or any social media platform, and you start doing it, and then you start getting bullied by people because you're supporting certain people, if you walk away, you in essence are allowing people to bully you. And you should never allow anyone to bully you, online or offline. And part of my mission here at the GNA, by the way, I didn't mention this on the way down, but let me say this right now. If this is your first time here, if this is the first time that you and I are meeting, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Elias Melas, and I am the president and founder. Well, you can call it, sorry, my name is Elias Melas, but you can call me Eli for short. And I am the president and founder of the January Networking Association, or GNA for short. And what we do is we help people with their personal development and personal improvement by sharing our stories and experiences with you folks, and giving out advice where we can. There are some things we can't legally advise you on, and we don't do that. We'll refer you to the right people regarding that. But we'll give you advice where we can. We will also uplift you and motivate and inspire you to accomplish whatever it is that your heart's desire, personally and professionally. And part of the message of the GNA, part of the mission of the GNA, is to stop bullying and harassment, not just online but offline. But the problem is worse online, because people can hide in plain sight with fake accounts, or if you're being bullied by someone that has a known name and they show their face, they've got so much hateful support that it's really hard to overcome, right? We can help you overcome that. We've experienced it hands-on, and we know how to handle it. But yeah, I must say it's been pretty interesting. That and I'm not even complaining. Maybe it's just the time of year on YouTube. Maybe people are busy. I'm not complaining. I'm making a statement and saying, even our regular supporters, our trusted regular supporters, haven't been around lately, and that's okay. We can't expect you, Don and I can't expect you to always be around. But it's just kind of odd when you're used to seeing people every day or almost every day, and they haven't been around for almost a week now. It just makes you wonder what's really going on, right? What I do out here on YouTube is a priority. And I'm not going to let anything or anyone get in the way of one of my most important priorities. I prioritize this every day. And the only time I don't make content on any given day is if I have too many other greater priorities on that particular day, which happens at times. It does. Like today, I'm gonna go home, get Dawn her medication, and then I gotta run back out and run a few more errands. And then when I get back home after that, Dawn and I have some other phone calls to make regarding other issues, like with health insurance and stuff. Like Dawn has had so much health care, and it's all covered. It's all been medically necessary, which is 100% covered by law. Insurance companies have to cover it. The problem is the way that it was billed and coded by the providers was wrong. So Anthem Blue Cross will decline it, and then you got to call them up and say, hey, look, this was medically necessary. It wasn't billed properly. Blah 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 blah, and then they take care of it, right? But it still takes time, right? But that's a priority. Like, that's something I will always prioritize over these shows. Now, I love these shows, and yes, this is our business. But you know what? If insurance is denying a $1,000 claim, and it takes 2 hours to resolve that, that's worth saving $1,000, right? You got to look at it that way. Oh, by the way, that CVS was an old school CVS. Like, it was a pretty small store, and everything was pretty cramped in there, like the aisles. And then the pharmacy was like an old school version of their pharmacy. It was probably one of their older stores that hasn't been remodeled yet. But nevertheless, it was easy to get in and out of there, and the service was quick and friendly, and it was all good. And we got what we needed. Just give me a second, folks. I'm chewing on something. I haven't eaten much today. Yeah, I love this drive on 280. It's a beautiful drive. Not a whole lot out here, but it's just a really, really nice drive. Wow. That car is really slowing down. I mean, there's no traffic, there's no reason. And this car is going 50 miles an hour. I think it's a couple of Jamaican dudes that are high in there. I think they're smoking the 420. Yeah, some people, they come on a freeway like this, and they get disoriented. I think it's because there's not a whole lot around, and sometimes, when it's just trees and landscape and shit, which I think is beautiful. These are some of the most beautiful drives. People start to fall asleep and start to space out, which can impair your driving. Alpine Road, Portola Valley. Oh yeah. There's a couple cool local restaurants and pub and grills right around the corner from that exit. Spent a lot of time in this area in my grammar school days. Some dude with a Vato truck that you see up on the left there right now just actually drove past me with such loud thundering bass, I felt my car shake. I call it the Vato truck and Vato base. Vato. Vato loco. It's the Vato truck with the little teeny tiny tires, right? Like the tiny, you know, lowrider tires. Vato style. We've got the Vato trucks, and we've also got the certain type of rockets that we can't say because, you know, listen, we love everyone. Like, I love everyone. Don't get me wrong. I'm just having fun, right? Just having fun. I've got friends of all ethnicities, right? It's all good, but all these stereotypes are true. You know, the Vato truck, the the uh, the burner mobile. You know, the rocket or the burner, right? The blank rocket or the blank burner. Come on, man. So coming up right here, you're going to see this is the other side of Woodside Road, because Woodside Road goes all the way down to Highway 101, clear across on the other side of town. Like, it's like a 8-mile drive between 101 and 280 from Woodside Road. But this is the exit that, see over there it says Woodside Town Limit. This exit, Woodside Road coming up here, is the exit that Steve Jobs used to get off at and make a left turn and go a little bit up into the hills. And that's the town of Woodside. Woodside's a city. Woodside. Again, you know, 3, 4, 5+ million dollar homes there. Some $10 million homes there. Like, there's a lot of land. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. This is the exit right here. We're gonna get off at Farm Hill Boulevard like we got on the freeway initially. So we're like less than 10 minutes away from home right now. We are in Redwood City, but we're up in the hills, so we got to go all the way down the hill. I hope you folks really enjoyed this ride with me. I really love doing these. These are just chill, laid-back streams. You know, we've got a positive, encouraging type of message. And at the same time, I get to show you a little tour of where I live, different parts of the Bay Area, some beautiful scenery, right? I just try to give something a little bit different, you know. Everything I do here is real. It's raw and real. I'm not, you know, fake instigated drama, or I'm not trash talk or anything. Have I talked trash? Sure. But I've talked trash about people that have talked trash about me first. And you know what? I'm just learning, hey, you know what? Don't fight fire with fire. Don't. Ignore the bullshit and focus on your own mission, right? And your own purpose, right? Up here is the local college, Kenyatta College, the community college. It's a beautiful area. Can't complain. Where are you going, dude? Oh, you're flipping the UE there? Flipping the B? With a trailer and a van and a trailer. Yeah. Now we're going down the hill. We went up the hill to get to the freeway. Now we're going down the hill. I remember riding my bike up this hill when I was younger. My brother and our friends, we would, you know, go bike riding. And just, you can tell on the camera how steep this is, right? There's a big difference going down than going up, right? Like right now I'm riding my brakes so I don't go like 80 miles an hour down this thing, but But and there are cops always hanging out at the corner right here. This is where the cops used to hang out, right on the right here. And you never know. Like they're always around this area here because it's downhill. You could easily go 80, 100 miles an hour, no problem. But it's not safe, you know. What's that, Tia, with the $20 super chat? Tia, with the $20 super chat. How you doing? Wow. Tia, thank you so much. I think that's the 20. That's the orange one. How you doing? I'm almost back home. I had to go get Don's medication at a pharmacy, 33 minutes away from home, like I've been getting every month because we can't find that particular medication um, at our local CVS. And yeah, if you missed part of the show, you're going to want to check out the replay because there were some reception issues at times, but YouTube will piece that all together on the replay. But I went through some beautiful areas in the South Bay area in a town called Saratoga, California, and then Los Gatos, California. Los Gatos is the cat town. El Gato, cat in Spanish. The town's called Los Gatos. I went to the Los Gatos, California CVS to get Don's medication. Thank you so much, Tia. How you been? We've been missing you lately, but I know you've probably been pretty busy. You've got a lot of things going on. It's great to see you here. Like, you made my day showing up here, and when I tell Dawn, she's going to smile too. Just very, very nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. How you been doing there, Tia? What's been going on? I think you ladies are going to have a conference call soon for the GNA Women's Mastery Empowerment Support Group. Blindfolded, blindfolded. Oh, the light's turning green. I'll be home in like about 2 to 3 minutes. And then I'll check out the chat there. So, folks, get your final questions, comments, or concerns in the chat. Going to be going off the air in just a few minutes here. I'm going to go to the ganja store too. Our local ganja store today, 420 cannabis, is having 30% off most brands. They have this thing called the Passport Club, and every so often they'll give you 30% off. And Don likes to get the 1 ounce, 28 grams, 1 ounce of pre-ground flour. Normally it's $46 plus the cannabis tax and all that. Normally it's $61 for an ounce with tax and everything. Still a very good deal for 1 ounce, right? But with the 30% off, and I had a $5 coupon, every $100 you spend, you get a $5 off. I'm getting 1 ounce today out the door with tax for $35. What a hell of a deal. So I'm going to stop by the cannabis store and have a few more errands to run. Here we are. We're almost back home. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Great to see you. Loving the ride. Oh, thank you, Tia. I'm gonna heart. If I can actually do it. Come on, YouTube or smartphone. Thank you again for your $20 super chat there, Tia. Tia says, I'm all right. Been busier with my cats lately to the vet and boarding them. You're cutting out here and there. Yeah, that, the reception on when you're in the hills and stuff, it gets spotty at times. When I was probably cutting in and out, going down the hill area. That area, going down that hill and up that hill, it's pretty crappy reception. And I got to do my beard today too. So probably no walk tonight. It has been. It has to be nice to take time to chill. I used to love running errands. Now it's more of a pain. I might walk later today, Tia. I don't know. I'm a little tired, but I'm feeling pretty wired, to be honest with you. I'm feeling I'm feeling like I just want to keep pushing forward, no matter how tired I am, So but I gotta find time to do my beard, All right, folks. Got to get going. Love you all. Thank you, T, again for your $20 super chat. Much love. It's great to see you back. We were missing you, and we're glad you're back. Glad that the clowns didn't scare you away. Thank you to Buy Your Repair Guy for becoming a $9.99 channel member. Much love. Lots more content coming soon between this channel and the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. Go below in the description and make sure to subscribe to that channel as well if you haven't. And love you all, folks. Thanks for joining me on this wonderful ride. Said Dawn, I will do. I will do, absolutely. She'll be very thrilled. Dawn has a lot of love for you, Tia, for you and Sandra and Queen Helen and Casey. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. See you later on.